Hello, what's up my YouTube nation? It's Legendary Justin. And today we're going to be doing a video on the best laptop or desktop you should buy for a good price. And first, I want you guys to subscribe to my channel and also like the video. One thing I have been noticing is likes and dislikes do not matter for YouTube. So in case you do think that likes matter on a video, they do not. But if you have more likes than dislikes, people generally think that, yeah, your video is good versus it being horrible. But likes versus dislikes, it's not going to get you too much more popularity, because PewDiePie has proven that. Because he got like 2 million plus dislikes on the video, and he purposely wanted that. And he's got like 51 million subscribers. Moving on to the video though. So let me just show you some of the deals that I found for laptops and stuff like that. So if you want a really good laptop, now remember this is refurbished. So that means that it could be like someone used it and then they repaired it or made sure that it worked perfectly, and it does. So in case it doesn't work, which it probably will, because this actually has a cosmetic grade of A, you could always return it to Dell or just just return it and get your money back. But I'm pretty sure this will work. So you're on a tight budget, I would recommend getting the Dell Latitude E6430. Something to mention about this computer, this laptop, is that sometimes the i7 version is sold out, so you can only buy the i5 sometimes. But anyways, right now on the website they have 2 of the i7 laptops for $524, and then if you scroll down, like, these are different computers. You have to remember you're going for the E6430, not the 6530, because there's a price difference, and the fact that you're not going to get the super discount code, which I'm going to show you how to do. We're looking at the computer, the E6430, with the coupon code CHEER6430. It's a 60% off discount. So you're going to get this laptop for $209.60. You cannot beat this buy. Highly recommend buying this laptop. So you guys can get the E6430 refurbished laptop. It's an i7 processor for $209.60. So let me show you quickly some of the specs. 4 gigabytes of memory, which is not great, but you can usually upgrade it if you just take off the bottom of your laptop and put more RAM in there. You sometimes can do that. For this one, I think you can. You can probably upgrade it to 8, maybe 12 or 16. Just recommend buying an 8 gigabyte RAM stick or maybe 2 of the 4s, and then upgrading the RAM to at least 8, maybe 16. If you want more RAM, you can put more RAM and just upgrade this computer. So because memory basically is like how much like performance it's gonna get, like for hardcore games, or just like doing like, downloading products, or downloading files, downloading movies, downloading like YouTube videos, downloading other videos you're working on, basically stuff like that. Recording videos, you want more memory, because more memory is memory is RAM. So you want to have at least 16 would be recommended. 4 is an okay start, but you will at least want to have 8. So I would recommend 16 though. So then the processor is an i7 3540M chip with 3 gigahertz processor. So it's a pretty good processor. Remember, this is one thing. You're not going to expect the highest specs out of this computer, because it's only $209.60. Crazy good buy. And then you're going to get 320 gigabyte hard drive. You can actually, they have internal and external SSD, which is a solid state drive you can buy on Amazon for about $120 to $240, depending on how much memory you want in yours. I would recommend getting at least 500 gigabytes of SSD so you have enough space. And then the display is pretty low. You got to remember though, most laptops don't come with a full HD display. If they do, that's nice, but you really are not that worried about the display. Now, I recommend buying a 4K TV, 4K TV, 4K monitor to go along with your laptop. And because it's an i7 processor, you will be able to display higher resolutions. And I can teach you how to do that in a different video. But basically, minimum, you put this on a 1080p monitor and it's going to look amazing. You put it on a 4K, it'll look even better. So at least get a monitor so that you get some better resolution for your display. Also, it's only 14 inches. So even if let's say your laptop is 4K or 1080p, now it could be maximum like 17 inches or so. You're not going to get as much screen real estate as buying a TV. That's why I recommend buying a 4K TV or a 1080p TV. I do recommend 4K because, you're getting the upgrade of the 4 times HD quality. So buy 4K. If you can't afford 4K, then just get a 1080p. Look for sales on 1080p monitors, by the way, or TVs. These are more of the specs in case you guys are wondering. We talked about the memory. We talked about the processor. We talked about the screen resolution. The Windows 7 32-bit system, it can be upgraded to Windows 10. There are glitches how to do that for free. I'm able to show you that if I figure out how to do that, but I wouldn't worry too much about the Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you want to upgrade it, look up a YouTube video, Windows 10, how to get the free, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, operating system, Windows 7 is fine. It comes with, your simple wireless internet. Also comes with LAN, so you can plug your Ethernet cable in it. It comes with VGA, HDMI, a USB 2.0 port, 2 USB 3.0 ports. This is what you want, USB 3.0. The reason you want 3.0 versus 2.0 is it's 10 times faster to get 3.0 USB versus 2.0. So I recommend always at least buying one USB port on your device. If it's a laptop or a desktop, at least one. 2 is great. Some desktops have 6. We're going to be showing you that later in the video. Audio, an ePort, comes with a regular keyboard, and then that's pretty much it. So remember, you have to go for Dell Refurbished. I'll have links to this computer in the description. Just look for it. If I need to clarify something more in the video, just let me know, write me a comment, whatever, and I'll explain it to you better. So let's move on. Remember, the most important thing to this laptop, if you're going to buy it, you've got to use the Cheer 6430 coupon, 60% off. Now, if this coupon expires, let's say that you're watching this video 2 months, 3 months later, and this coupon expires. What you have to do is you have to look for another coupon, like maybe one for 40% or 50%, or a different laptop that's Dell Refurbished, and get a good price. Sometimes they have like $350 coupons off, $250, $300, something like that. This is 60% off, so this is $314 off of it. This is the best buy. Now, that's if you're on a cheap budget, but also remember, even if you're not on a cheap budget, let's say you have a super nice computer, like a laptop or a desktop or a Mac or whatever you have. This is still a good buy in case you want to have double computer. You can buy this one for cheap. It'll run fast because it's an i7 processor, and you can put this up to a 4K or a 1080p monitor TV, and you'll be flashing. So let's move on to the next thing. So as you guys can see, laptop number 2. This is going from super cheap refurbished laptop, which is a good one, to a more expensive $750 price tag. This is an MSI gaming laptop. Now how it works is GeForce GTX 960. So these are graphics cards that are actually put inside of your laptop. Now, if you look up on Amazon, you want the 960 or the 970 or the 980 Ti or the 1080, the 1070, the 1060, the Titan X. There's tons of GeForce GTX graphics cards. The reason there's a 960M, M at the end, is for laptop version or a laptop graphics card. So the GTX 960 will be very powerful. 2 gigabytes of DDR5 power, so it's pretty powerful. 970, 1070, 1080 would be better, but for only $750, it's a good buy. 8 gigabytes of RAM, you can put more in there. 1 terabyte hard drive. Now you're looking at this. The 1 terabyte hard drive, you might think that's so impressive, but no, it's not. The reason you don't want a hard drive that's 1 terabyte is because, although it'll be nice for storing lots of memory for your movies, your games, whatever, your pictures, all that kind of stuff, it will. But the thing is, an SSD is way faster. I need to make a video on how much faster an SSD is versus a hard drive, and then you guys will know the difference. I don't have an SSD yet because I haven't bought one, because I've only known about this for a few months, like a month or so. So I do know about the SSD now, and I do recommend buying the SSD. Now, it comes with the i7 6th generation 2.6 gigahertz processor, so pretty good processor, not the greatest. If you want to just buy a nice processor, Intel i7, get the 6700K. It has gigahertz up to 4.5, standby 4 gigahertz, super fast processor, $340 on Amazon. Highly recommend that processor. This one will also work though. 8 gigabytes of RAM, like I talked about, you can upgrade it. On a laptop, it's harder to upgrade the RAM than a desktop. That's one thing to note. So it comes with 8, which is okay. 16. On desktop, I recommend you want to go towards 32 or 64. That's a lot of RAM. You're thinking it's also really expensive for that kind of RAM, but there are reasons why you want more RAM. So RAM basically powers your high graphics games. It also works really good for Camtasia, and for Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2017, which is the new video encoding software, and it actually renders videos super fast. That's why I recommend RAM. It's very powerful. 15.6 full HD. So if you want the full HD experience, this is 1920 by 1080, not 4K, but it's gonna look impressive. It's gonna be full HD. 15.6 laptop screen, so pretty good. It also comes with a DVD, which is pretty nice. You guys can see right over here. Let me bring it up a little bit. So as you guys can see, there's the DVD drive. There's a USB, a card reader, then the power things on the right. It's got a few buttons over here. Then it's got, your left and right on the mouse. It's got standard keyboard. And then there's the webcam. For webcam, I do recommend the HD C920 Logitech webcam. If you're going to go for webcam, just buy an external webcam or use your smartphone, because generally it's going to have 4K video, but also you want lots of Skyping time, FaceTime, whatever you use. I recommend getting the Logitech C920 webcam. So if you guys want to buy webcam, buy that. And then that's the laptop. So let's see if there's anything else I need to show you. It's talking about the processor. I said i7, the 6th generation. 7th generation is actually out now, in case you guys are wondering. It says it's got good stuff for GPU, CPU, that kind of stuff. And then it's got the 960 like I was talking about. DDR4, it's not the highest. DDR5 is the highest for the RAM. You want DDR5 though. It also comes with some fans, which is pretty cool. You want that. And then you can watch, your movies. And it's got mini display port, HDMI for movies. Like I was talking about, you can put it to a different monitor. It's got audio boost, military technology. It basically says that it's pretty good for the sound, stuff like that. It's also going to be built pretty strong. Like this laptop, you're not going to want to drop it. You don't want to drop any laptop, but if you drop this laptop, it could survive, but I'm saying it's going to have a little bit more stability than your typical super light laptop. Accuracy is key, and that's about it for the laptop. So $750. Now you might be asking me, okay, that's a lot of money for a laptop. Well, let me show you this. On Amazon, the same laptop, it's got 4-star rating. Well, some people don't rate it as high because, they got a bad unit on arrival or something like that. But it's a good laptop. I know, because I've took the specs and stuff like that. So anyways, it is a good laptop, and I do recommend it. So on Amazon, the same laptop costs $1,000. $988.59. So $999 basically. You get it for $750. So that's a discount of $250, something like that. So it's a good discount. And this is the same model. You're not thinking, okay, it's the 12 gigabytes of RAM model or it's the i5. No. This is the i7 with the 8 gigabytes of RAM. This is the one. Moving on. Now this is one of the best deals. Well, actually, I say the Dell deal is pretty good. I'm thinking if you want a new laptop, this is a great deal. The HP 15 laptop, $450 on, this is Office Depot and Office Max. They're the same store, but you get this laptop for $450. Look at that price tag. That's amazing. So $450 for this computer. It's got good specs. It's got the 8 gigabytes of RAM, the 1 terabyte hard drive. You could put an SSD if you want. You could also probably upgrade the RAM. And then it's the i7 processor. Now let me show you this though. It comes with the one USB 3.0 port, so you know it's not an old computer. If it's an super old computer, then you're thinking, okay, it's got the USB ports. It does have USB ports, but it at least has one of the USB 3.0. So if you don't need to plug in tons and tons of USBs, you can still plug in 3. But you have at least one for the 3.0 port. Then it comes with your, the card reader. You can watch DVDs on it, stuff like that. Comes with the super multi DVD burner. Has good battery life. The weight is about 5 pounds, so it has a good battery in it. So it's gonna last a while as far as needing charges. Let's see for product details. It's got surround sound audio, which is pretty good. It says the maximum RAM is 8 gigabytes, so this is something you cannot upgrade for the RAM. The processor, as you can see, it's pretty powerful. DDR4 RAM is normal. DDR5 is the best, but DDR4 is also good. Let's see what else. Okay, so this is the processor. Now you guys are looking at the processor. This one comes with a better processor than, let's see. This one comes with the 6700. So that's the 6th generation, right? This comes with the 7th generation i7 processor. So the newest i7 processor, only $450. It doesn't come with the graphics card, which is the 960M. So that's why it's not, $750. It's only $450. And then it's not a full 1080p HD screen. So that's why you're thinking, okay, it's a lot cheaper, but As I was talking about earlier, you don't need the greatest screen resolution. You can hook it up to a 4K monitor, 1080p, big TV, whatever you want, and it'll look amazing. Screen size 15.6 inches, touchscreen. Yes, it is touchscreen. I just learned that now. Yeah, actually it says touchscreen over here, but yes, it's touchscreen, so that's also good. Now, the Intel graphics card 620, not that powerful, so you're not expecting to game too hard on this computer, but you want a nice laptop, good specs, the USB 3.0 port, good RAM, good hard drive, good stuff like that. You can definitely buy this computer for $450. Highly recommended. Good savings. On Amazon, I've been looking at the prices, about $550, $600 for a computer, about the same price. So you're saving about $100 to $150 for a brand new computer. And Amazon does have good prices. So on Best Buy, it'd be even more money. The deal I'm probably going to buy, I haven't bought it yet, but I really do want to buy this computer. It's the Dell. This is the one I recommend the most. So if you want a computer that you can upgrade, this is a desktop, so it's not a laptop. This is the Dell XPS 8700 desktop. It's like $800, $900 on Amazon and on Dell website for a computer, for these specs. So it comes to i7 processor, 8 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, Windows 10. Windows 10 is a little bit more expensive than the Windows 7, so that's a good upgrade. Price $550. I wish it would be like $500 or $450, but I think $550 is still fair because you think about it, it is a $700 to $800 computer, so it is a good price. Very good price. Now, some of the reasons why, okay, this is not the greatest savings of all of the desktops and laptops. The best one is probably, this laptop's pretty good, like $100 off, $150 off. This one's about this this one is a pretty good deal. It's like $250 off because it's about $700. So I think it is pretty much the best savings. But the Dell refurbished is also a good deal. You're buying this computer for $209, and they're like $300 to $400 on Amazon. So it is good savings. About $100. If you get a really good deal, you might get it for $300. I'm seeing on Amazon, you're probably gonna pay $350, $400 for this computer, maybe more. I could look at more of the prices, but I think this is for these specs. Yeah, because you could actually probably upgrade the RAM and you can upgrade the SSD and that kind of stuff. And it's got a good processor, so I do recommend this computer. Also, I looked this computer up on Amazon, but it's like $300. But this is only $209, so this is a good buy. Okay, so then going back to the desktop. All right, so you see it's $550, right? So let's talk about some of the specs. So it's not the newest processor. It's only the i7 4790 processor. But it is an i7, so it will be very, very powerful. 8 gigabytes of RAM. It can be upgraded. Now this one I'm positive, I know. This can be upgraded to 32 gigabytes of RAM, so it's super, super powerful. You can upgrade the RAM. I probably will try to upgrade the RAM. Terabyte hard drive. It's okay. You want to get an SSD though. It comes with the, the wired connection, the wireless connection. Like, it can also do DVDs, CDs, that kind of stuff. It also comes with the memory card reader. So this computer is going to have all the things you want. It's going to have the, the memory chip ports. It's going to have the USBs. It's going to have the DVD port. It's going to have internet. It's going to have all that stuff. Okay, so look. HDMI ports. It comes with 6. This is fancy right here. It comes with 6 USB 3.0 ports. I was actually at Costco the other day. And this computer was about $800-900 at Costco. So it might have had a little bit better specs, but this is only $550. So you can upgrade it your own with better specs than the Costco will have for the same price. Like, you can upgrade it to $800 computer or $900 computer, and you'll have way, 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 way better specs than the one at Costco. So it comes with 6 USB 3.0 ports, so lots of USB ports. 4 2.0. So if you don't have a 3.0 device, you put the 2.0. You got 4 of those. So it comes with 10 total. And this is where I got the knowledge about the USB 3.0 versus the 2.0. It is 10 times faster. Yes, it is. And I have looked this up. 3.1 is the new standard. So only some devices have 3.1, but 3.1 I think is like 2 times as fast as 3.0. But I'd also have to do some research on that. I think I've done a little bit, but 3.0 is very fast. And then powered USB charging when the system is off. That's pretty good. So it can also charge device. I didn't read this earlier. Yeah, you can charge devices with the powered USB while the system is off. That's actually pretty cool. Then it comes with the 7.1 channel surround sound, well, like the auto system. It's going to be okay. It's not going to be great, but there's other things you can buy other speakers exactly. Comes with the mouse, comes with the keyboard. Now it comes with a graphics card, but I know lots about graphics cards now because I have been doing lots of YouTube videos and like looking up the specs and stuff like that. So this is what we're talking about. you're going to want to upgrade the RAM to 32 gigabytes of RAM, max. You don't have to get 32. You can get 16 gigabytes of RAM or leave it at 8. Or you could do like, 18 or 20 or some weird combination because it comes with 4 ports. So you could try to do a different variation, but the standards are 8, 16, 24, 32. Or maybe you could do like a 20 or something else. I don't know. But anyways, you want to get the RAM a little bit higher. Maybe 16 or 32 would be really, really nice. And then the graphics card, the 720. It can be upgraded to the fan system. It's only 470 watts. So it's not going to be a 700, I think it's watts. Yeah, 700 watt fan. Let's look at that real quick. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so looking at the fan, the maximum power supply wattage, 460 watts. So 460 will run a GTX 1070 kind of. It'll be pushing it to the limits, but 460 can probably run on a GTX 1070. 1060 recommend it. 1050 Ti recommend it. You could also put a 1070. I would not recommend the 1080 because you're going to need a better power supply. You can actually upgrade your power supply and put a 700 watt in there or 800 watt if you really want to put a high graphics card in there, like a 1080. 1080 was super, super powerful, but they also cost like $600. Now the 1070 cost $400. So the 1070 is still a lot of money. You buy the 1060, it's going to cost you $260. Then you buy the 1050 Ti, it's going to cost you $160. So I recommend getting the 1050 Ti, which is $150, or by the 1060, $260. And the frames per second, the 1050 Ti versus the 1060, the 1060 is actually better frames per second for the dollar. So that's why I'm thinking about the 1060. Maybe I'll add that graphics card on this one. Got good processor, 4 gigahertz is pretty good. Memory, 8 gigabytes. It can be upgraded to 32 gigabytes. Memory card reader, yes. It can do all these different things. And then the RAM speed, this is something you have to pay attention to. So they have like 2,200 or 2,400 memory RAM speed or 1,600. You have to buy 1,600 RAM speed for this computer if you're going to upgrade the RAM. And I recommend that. For most games, you only need 16 gigabytes. Like for very, very, very powerful games, 16 gigabytes will be able to handle it. Most games are not going to touch your 8 gigabytes, but I would recommend at least getting to 16. Then it comes with DDR3, which is not DDR4. It's a little bit less, but it's still pretty good. And this is the model number in case you guys are wondering. It comes with the mini PCI ports, the PCI Express ports, the PCI Express 16. This is where you basically add your graphics card to this computer. I recommend the 1050 Ti, the GTX 1050 Ti, or the GTX 1060 for this computer. You could do lower ones. You could do a 960 and 970. A Ti, a 1050 is less expensive than the GTX 970, and it works better. So at least buy the 1050 if you're not going to buy the 1060 or the 1070. You could also buy AMD, but I like GeForce. I think they're going to rock better power. Basically, AMD is cheaper, but for some games, it just can't handle the frame rates that a GTX 1070 or 1060 can handle for the amount of frames per second for 1080p and 4K. Now, the reason you want to have a graphics card is so you can actually play 4K content. So yeah, it comes with one slot for the graphics card. So you can't put multiple graphics cards. You can only put one. But for this one, it comes with one slot of this, one slot of this, 2 slots of this. If you can find one like this, you might be able to put 2 graphics cards for this one. I don't know. All I know about is the PCI Express 16. Then the total expansion base has got 4. Total expansion slots 6. Memory slots 4. So I'm talking about the 32 gigabytes of RAM. It comes with DVD drive, Windows 10, which is good. Keyboard and the mouse. It comes with internet. It comes with your USB 3.0 ports, your 2.0 ports, your mic ports, your HDMI port, your RJ45. I need to look what that is, but I'm not sure. But you could probably look that up in case you guys are wondering what that is. But Intel processor. It's a 4-core, so it's quad core. Quad core is definitely better than dual core. If you see dual core versus quad core, you want to buy quad core. It comes with a 4790 processor. Processor speed is 3.6 gigahertz. It can be maxed out at 4 gigahertz. Processor type is the i7. This computer is about $800 to $700, and I'm getting it for $550, so it's a good price. And then it comes with 10 USB ports. It comes with this graphics card, which means you can play some games at 1080p probably, but it's not. I can probably show you, if I buy this computer, I can show you the amount of frames per second on this one versus the maybe new graphics card I'll buy. We'll have to see if I can buy it or not. But it's 30-pound weight, so this is a thing. This is like a big tower, so it's going to be heavy. But when you have it out of its box and stuff, I'll have to see the actual weight. I need to probably buy a scale and figure out exactly how much it weighs. It won't actually be 30 pounds. That's probably with all the other stuff included in the box. So maybe the actual weight would be 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that. Maybe 30 pounds, who knows, but we'll see. But this is a desktop, so you're not going to want to move it around too much anyways. It comes with internet, so very good internet. And then Dell wireless router as well. LAN, yes. And then wireless LAN standard, yes. So this is the other computer that you can buy. I spent a good amount of time talking about this computer. Walmart has this computer right here. On Amazon, it cost about $580. You can buy it. This is a little bit better specs, the 1080 touchscreen, and that's why it's $580 versus the $430 price, but similar specs. And with a better SSD card, which you guys are going to want. So refurbished, this is not a new one, but this is refurbished from Walmart. If you have some problem with it, you can take it back to Walmart, probably. It says sold and shipped by Altec, but I think you could probably, if you have any problems, you could probably take it back to Walmart or maybe send it back to Altec or just get your money back. You should be good, but $430 for this laptop. On Amazon, as you can see, similar specs, $580. This is a touchscreen 1080p, so it's a little bit different, but you're also paying more money. So this one is an i7 4600 processor, 2.1 gigahertz. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of SSD. SSD is expensive. This is going to cost you about $100, $200 for the SSD if you want to buy it. Windows 8, not the greatest. Windows 10 Pro is probably really, really good, but Windows 8 is also fine. I actually used to have Windows 8. Windows 8 is actually really bad. I hate Windows 8. Windows 7 is better than Windows 8. Windows 10 is definitely better. So try to get a better operating system than the Windows 8. You could probably figure out how to do that. Okay, so let's talk about the specs. It comes with the i7 2.1 gigahertz dual processor. It's not a quad core, but it is a dual core, so it's pretty good. It comes with 3.3 gigahertz max turbo frequency with a 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, 256 solid state drive. Solid state drive will make your games run faster, your operating system run faster, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint. You click on any of those documents or any of those programs, instantly they're going to be popping up. That's why you want to buy the SSD. I highly recommend it. Does not come with an optical drive, so you can't watch movies or CDs on it, but if you want that, then you buy a different desktop or laptop. It comes with the Intel HD graphics, high quality speakers, headset jack, the internet. It comes with internet, wireless, and Ethernet. It comes with a webcam, SD card reader, keyboard with touchpad, and then it comes with a 12.5 inch LCD 1366 by 768 display for the laptop. It comes with a 31, I think it's watts per hour or something like that. So it's an okay battery. The best one you can buy is a 46 or a 51. It's got an okay battery life, 3-cell ion battery. It will work good for your battery. It will last a few hours. And then it's got 11.1 volt charge, expansion part. It's got a smart chip reader. Comes with 3 super speed USB 3.0 ports. That's actually really good. HDMI port, you definitely want that. Comes with a mini display port in case you want that. Comes with the RJ45 Ethernet port. Oh, that's the internet. In case you guys were wondering what an RJ45 port is, it's the internet port. It's your Ethernet cable. I use it. Ethernet is faster than your Wi-Fi generally. I would say yes, you want to plug in the Ethernet port. 3.5 millimeter mic jack, and then the docking connector. There's the other power things in case you guys are wondering. 2.9 pounds, so it's medium weight. It's not super lightweight, but it's only $430. So I also recommend this computer just because of the i7 capabilities. The SSD is expensive. You can fix the Windows 8, and for $430, you might be able to upgrade the RAM. All you have to do is get rid of the Windows 8 operating system. If you're okay with Windows 8, leave it on. Windows 8 is like that, where you kind of have to finger with the operating system. It's not the greatest, but you can still manage Windows 8. It's just not that good. People rated it really, really bad, and it is not operating system. So those are all the computers, in case you guys are wondering. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And peace. And subscribe.